Hello, beautiful people. So, this is the second part of Are You Afraid of Meditating? It's actually more focused on the power of thoughts. And I really, truly believe that the power of thoughts is so overlooked and needs to be addressed in all of our lives. We know like attracts like. When you're feeling good and you're happy and you're in sync and you're in alignment and you're listening to your heart and your stomach and your intuition is telling you to do things or not to do things, and you think of that person and they call you at the same time and you're just like, oh my God, I was just thinking of you. And you run into a person that knows somebody else from another lifetime or whatever, that is like attracts like. Okay, it's a beautiful feeling. It's when everything is going well in your life and the energy is positive and you're manifesting more positivity. And then you've got negativity, which is not really something to be seen so much as negativity, but you could call it contrast, which I've been taught, which I like to call it contrast because I think that everything in the world is a lesson. And to think that things are bad or good, it just differentiates. I mean, it's just a lesson that we've learned and So anyways, when you're feeling great and then somebody who's really negative comes into your life or they're around you and you're just like, oh, I need to get away from that. Well, that's the power of the thoughts. That's when you're connected into your higher self, when you're manifesting, when you're listening to your heart and all those things, your intuition, and you're listening and you're asking for questions and you're getting answers. That's your higher self. And then we have the lower self where we're reacting, we're arguing, or nothing is going right in our lives. Everything is woe is me. I've been told that I'm sick and I will never get better. I've been told that my autoimmune disease is attacking my body. I'm doing it. I'm actually creating this. And unfortunately, we're being told these things, and that puts us in a state of negativity. And there are some people that can be told, you're never going to heal, and they're going to be like, okay, right, watch me. I know people like that. Right here. But at the same time, not everybody has that willpower. And no, not everybody has that frame of mind. It's not about willpower. Some people are just not as, how do I say this? This sometimes when you're sick, it's hard to believe. And when medical doctors who have gone to school for years and years and years and paid thousands of dollars tell you that you're never going to get better, how can you not believe that? Why would you not believe that? And so that it comes into play, and you're living in this lower state of being. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are sick and that are feeling like that, and they're being lied to, because your body can heal no matter what state or no matter what condition you are in. You can always return back to your normal self, your original self, back to source, back to alignment, back to your passion, back to your true being, no matter what. Now, there was a couple studies, there was a ton of studies that are done on the placebo effect. And I'll give you an example. There was two groups where the study was, one group was given chemotherapy and the other group was told that they were given chemotherapy but didn't actually get chemotherapy but had the intravenous as if they were getting it. And the results were astounding, and it's very common in these types of studies where they do these double-blind studies, and they literally, the people that were told they were given the chemo and didn't actually receive it 30% of them lost their hair. That's insane. Like, what does that tell you? That tells you fear, because we have been ingrained in a society to fear cancer, to fear being sick because we're going to die, to fear death, all these things. And because we see these people that go through these cancer conditions, these illnesses, and they die, and then they lose their hair, and then they die, and it's like there's so much fear involved in it. And when you're told when you're told you have a diagnosis of cancer, the fear can kill you itself. And so it's really important to understand that the power of your mind, you can be in control. You just have to believe it. And the one thing that the medical medium and Spirit and Anthony, they talk about is that Spirit's got your back and you can heal. And when you're focusing on the negativity or the opposite contrast, what my teacher taught me to do was step outside if you're able to and say, you know what, this is an opposite contrast. This is something that isn't going to serve me, and I need to get to the other side. And you can say, thank you for presenting itself. I've learned the lesson here, and I'd like to move on. And another teacher has taught me that which has not yet been understood will keep, or healed, will keep presenting itself. So this negativity that comes into your life and this sickness, most of us who are sick, it has to do with self-worth. It comes down to not loving ourselves. And it's not due to the fact that we've done it on purpose, but we've just been conditioned in this society that we live in. And my family, my parents, and many other parents were not taught about conditioning children that, you know, how to show them unconditional love. We're just living in a world like that. And so the power of the thoughts of thinking that you can heal is amazing. I mean, it's so powerful. And why meditation is good for that is because when you're thinking the negative thoughts, I talked about this in the last video, you're stopping the resistance. So whether it's for 5 minutes or 15 minutes, that's why I like to wake up in the morning and do my meditations right away. Because what I'm doing is I'm getting into alignment. I don't even look in my Instagram, my social media. I just get in my vibrations. I'll do the meditations online, or I'll do the meditations with the book from the medical medium. He's got so many wonderful meditations. And also talking to the angels. I really, really, really like talking to the angels, because that is the power of intention. That is the power of thoughts. When you want something, you have to ask for it. You have to ask for help. When you think of something and you put 17 seconds in it, it already starts manifesting. That's what Abraham Hicks talks about. The medical medium doesn't necessarily go too deep into this stuff, but I just want to talk about how easy it is. And when you're asking, you can ask to talk to God, you can ask to talk to the angels, you can ask to talk to your higher self. You can just say, hey, you know, I'd like my higher self to come forward, and then you can start asking questions. And a week and a half ago, I was having a really hard time. I was really struggling. I was kind of feeling a little depressed. I had some things sort of take a few steps backwards, but I'm moving forward. And what happened was I started meditating more. Like, I was doing it 2 to 3 times a day. And you don't have to do this, but I just realized that this is what I really needed. I was also talking to the angels. So I would take my dog for a walk and I would sit by the water and I would just ask for help. I would speak to all the angels, the unknown angels. I would say, you know, I need some money to come in, or I need to find some more clients, or whatever it is. I'm just saying, or I need to feel better. I want my physical well-being to be healed and my immune system repaired. And as soon as I started asking, it was like boom, 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 boom. And it was like smacking me in the face. It was like, here, you want it? Here, you want it? Here, you want it. And the reason is because I was in less resistance. So as soon as I ask for it, and then if I get back into this negative state where I'm like reacting and I'm responding and I'm pissed or I'm woe is me and I'm sick or whatever, as soon as I get into that place, I'm disconnecting myself from alignment. You get back into alignment because that is where the receiving comes in. That's where the manifesting occurs. You manifest in negativity or you manifest in alignment. You choose. You can be negative, which I don't like to use. You can say contrast, but so many people can relate to negativity. But you can go here and manifest, or you can go there and be in your heart center. And so if you ask the angels, you will get an answer. And the important thing is to not have like anxiety if you haven't gotten an answer, okay? You just have to listen and you have to get quiet and you have to pay attention and you have to focus on keeping in your center. And what that looks like is more about what it feels like, what feels good to you. You can always feel good. You can find something to make you feel good, whether it's going through old photo albums or something, like if you're really distracted, or taking a nap. Taking a nap if you've had an argument or a disagreement, or you're crying or you're sick and you're in pain, you can take a nap. And what that does is it resets you and it brings you back to when you're waking up and you're kind of in a neutral. And you can just sit there and lay there and breathe. And so it's important for us to realize that when our thoughts are coming into our head, that we're not giving them any ammunition. So if you're thinking, oh, I feel so sick today, I just really don't feel good, you know, I can't get out of bed. If you just keep focusing on that, you're going to move into the manifestation of not creating something that's beneficial and positive. And so to stay in alignment, and you can do that just by breathing. And just get really quiet and just breathe and just feel your body and feel the cells in your body and just focus on your breath. And you can inhale positivity and you can exhale everything that doesn't serve you. And so by also making sure that you're trying to surround yourself with people that are positive. It might be hard because you're sick and there's other people around you that are not wanting, like your family members that are just sort of tired of you being sick, but there's a really wonderful community out there, the medical medium community. I've been a part of it for 19 months and they're like my friends. And I know it's kind of crazy, but I have more friends there than I do in my normal life. Because everybody, when we're connected and we're going through and we're rising together, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. Like I can tap into it and I can tap out. I recently moved to Canada, so I don't have a whole lot of friends here right now because this is a new city that I'm living in. But it's always really nice to just tap back into the medical medium community. And you can watch the live videos and you can chat with people and you can be friends with them. And you can, and have amazing connections on these social media groups. Because we've all gone through it. We've all been sick. But so the power of intention the power of thoughts is really, really important. And if you can step outside of where you're like heading down the road that you don't want to be and just move back in, and you can start to move forward, and it'll be a lot easier and a lot quicker for you to get back into alignment. And don't judge it. Don't judge these thoughts. Don't judge this, oh, I'm not doing well and all this stuff. Oh, I can't think like that. I got to go back. Don't judge it. Just allow it to be and come back, and then just get back into your manifestation about what you desire. Do you want to heal and all those things? So if you have any thoughts or any power of thought tools, let me know. Love you guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye.